So I'm a former gate kid, and I've been watching these videos about Mall World and how people that used to be in gate are now dreaming about a world called Mall World. And I've just found it really interesting, but I haven't really been able to relate because I don't dream about malls. I normally dream about water. And I kind of, when I talk about it, just call it like Water World because it seems to be a way to describe it would be like instead of pathways, there's rivers or waterways. So one time it was in a town square and there were normal restaurants like a Starbucks on the corner, and you could walk along the sidewalk or you could just hop down into the water and swim across what would normally be like a parking lot. So that was one. There was another one where we were inside this house, this giant house that was glass, and all the doors and windows, everything, all the walls were glass, and there was water kind of running down the glass, and everything was like a pool on the ground, and you could walk along on lily pads. I actually painted it because I just felt so strongly about this dream, and it was a really good dream too. So I haven't really been having, there are bad dreams sometimes, but when I'm in the water dreams, I feel like they're usually pretty good dreams. So I wasn't really relating to a scary mall world until I saw the map. And somebody drew a map of Mall World, and there's a part where it says Lazy River. And I thought, oh my gosh, am I dreaming of Mall World? I just thought they were talking about a mall. So is it more than a mall? And on looking at the map, I think I've actually been to some of these places, and it's just blowing my mind. Can people really be dreaming about the same place when we go to sleep? And we were all in the GATE program. Is pretty interesting. So I was just wondering if anybody else has been to water dreams. One of mine was like a neighborhood, and where it would normally be, everybody had like white picket fences, like Leave It to Beaver in the front, and front yards, and where you would normally like walk down the path and then a road to get to the next house, it was water. So you could swim up to each house, but there was no road to walk on. It was water. So I think some of these dreams are cool. The one I painted, I had great feelings when I was in the dream. It was very beautiful and peaceful. So I wasn't really relating to Mall World because I thought these weren't connected. But I have, when I started listening to other people's stories, I have dreamt about, they call it like the bathroom that doesn't work. I've definitely had dreams like that where it's like the plumbing's all crazy, or there's no doors on the stalls, and I thought I was just having like a stress dream. There's also a scary stairwell where you like, it kind of looked like a parking garage. Everything was concrete, but there were kids everywhere, and they were like crawling on the walls in unnatural ways, asking me for money. And I just thought that was interesting because I tried to give them money. I had like a couple dollars in my hand, and I gave it to them. But then I was like, I don't have any more money, I'm sorry. And they started getting angry. So that wasn't a great dream. And oh, another place that I wonder if anyone's been to is the mansion. There was like a mansion, and it was beautiful. It was like gothic architecture, kind of like misty, rural, like out in the middle of nowhere. And then inside they had these big mirrors that went and mirrored down the hall, and it was like an optical illusion, so that it looked like the hallways just went on forever in both directions. And at first it was gorgeous. They gave me like a nice gown to put on, and the bathroom there was like gorgeous and huge and had like all these beautiful ornate like bathtubs and stuff like that. So it was really beautiful. But then the family that was there, I started getting like really creepy vibes, like cult sacrifice type of thing. And so I was like, you know what, I should get out of here. And then it, like, they kept turning down the lights, and I asked them like, oh, can you turn on the lights? Because it's getting dark in here. And then I noticed there was a sign that said, "Welcome home, Papa Bear." And it was like all chewed up. And so that was like, what is that? What does that mean? I started getting unnerved. And they kept like dimming the lights. And so I start hearing these sounds coming from the mirror that looks like a hallway, but it's not a hallway, but it's a mirror that's an illusion of a hallway. And I hear like growling sounds. So I tried to escape and I like ran and tried to get out of there. And it was just like farmland everywhere, but no houses or anything. So I don't know if that's connected. The thing that makes me think they all are is how intense the dreams are, how vivid the colors are, and that I wake up fully remembering them. And it feels like it means something. So let me know if you also are a vivid dreamer, if you've been to Mall World, if you've especially been to the Lazy River. I'd love to hear what other people think about that and what their dreams are like. So yeah, let me know. One more thing. Um, so in the reason I think these mean something is that there seems to be a lot of symbolism or metaphors in the dreams. So for example, in the water river, lazy river part, sometimes there will be two waters. There will be a clean, beautiful, like crystal blue water and very appealing, and you want to jump in. And then there will be like a dark, murky, can't see through the water type of river. And it seems to me that every time I get in the nice water, the pretty water, the dream starts going badly and scary things start to happen and I don't like it. And then every time I get into the murky water, um, it like clears up or nice things happen. Um, a lot of the dreams are like feelings in the dreams, but there seems to be, and I was taking that as a metaphor that like life, don't take the easy way, like, or maybe not everything that glitters is gold, where you think the water is really beautiful and clear, but it's actually scary. And then the murky water isn't really scary, it's just kind of unknown. So I think there's like metaphors in there. So yeah, I feel like there's symbolism in the dreams that I'm supposed to, almost like a game or like a movie where I'm like supposed to be picking up clues. So I'm just curious what other people dream about, if there's other clues that I'm not seeing or picking up on. Also the mountain, if you've been to the mountain, let me know. The mountain, there were lambs up there and it was really windy, like a storm. And I painted all of these dreams because they were so impactful to me. And now that I'm hearing that other people might be dreaming this kind of stuff too, I'm really just curious to see what everyone else is dreaming. So let me know. Thanks.